At exactly 2:17 a.m., I heard the scream for the first time. It wasn't loud at first, more like it was trapped, strangled, as if someone were screaming from inside a sealed room. The kind of scream that carries panic, pain, and the certainty that no one is coming to help. The disturbing part wasn't just that it came from below my apartment. The real problem was that the building didn't have a basement 12. My name is Daniel. I was 24 years old then, living alone in an old apartment building just outside Chicago. The place was built sometime in the 70s, thick concrete walls, rusted stair railings, and a permanent smell of moisture that never fully went away. I worked night shifts, which meant my life ran opposite to everyone else's. I slept through daylight and stayed awake while the building sank into silence. Most of the apartments were empty, and the few tenants who lived there avoided each other completely. No conversations, no hellos, just locked doors and shadows under them. The building had only one basement level. Everyone called it simply the basement. That's where the laundry machines sat, along with a few storage rooms and an old generator that buzzed like it was struggling to stay alive. There were no numbered levels, no hidden floors, and definitely nothing labeled basement 12. At least, that's what I believed at the time. I ignored the first scream. I told myself it had to be someone's TV or maybe pipes knocking somewhere in the walls. But the next night, at the exact same time, 2:17 a.m., I heard it again. This time it was clearer. A woman's scream. Long, cracked, and desperate, like it was being torn out of her chest. I opened my apartment door and stepped into the hallway. The silence was overwhelming, thick enough to make my ears ring. Then, from the stairwell below, the scream returned, followed by words that made my stomach drop. "Please, don't leave me in basement 12. The next morning, I asked the building superintendent about it. He laughed like it was a joke, but his eyes stayed serious. Then he said, "Kid, there's no basement 12. There never was." That should have been enough to stop me from thinking about it. Instead, it only made things worse. On the third night, I decided that if I heard this scream again, I wouldn't ignore it. At 2:17 a.m., it echoed through the building once more. I grabbed a flashlight and walked down the stairs. The basement looked normal at first: laundry machines, closed doors, flickering lights, but something was wrong. There was a door I had never seen before. Bolted to it was a rusted metal plate with two deeply scratched characters, B12. My hand shook as I opened it. Behind the door were stairs leading down, far deeper than the building should have allowed. The air grew colder with every step, heavier, like it was pressing against my chest. Then the screaming stopped. I stepped into a large, empty room. In the center sat an old wooden chair. A woman was sitting on it, her head hanging low, hair covering her face. Slowly, she lifted her head and looked at me. "You finally came," she whispered. I tried to step back, but she said my full name. I demanded to know how she knew me. She smiled and pointed at the wall behind her. It was covered in photographs, dozens of them. Every single one was me. Me as a child. Me as a teenager. Me from just days ago. Then she looked at me and said, "Daniel, I was you." She explained that she once lived in this building, alone, working night shifts. She heard screams. She went downstairs. And basement 12 never let her leave. "Every few years," she said quietly, "basement 12 needs a replacement." The lights went out. In the darkness, I heard footsteps behind me, slow, careful steps on the stairs. Like someone else was coming down. I don't know how long I've been here now. Time doesn't move in basement 12. Sometimes I hear footsteps above me. A new tenant. Curious, brave, unaware. And when they finally come down, I scream with everything I have left, "Please, don't leave me in basement 12. If this story made you feel like something was standing behind you, remember this: some doors are meant to be heard, not opened. For more spine-chilling horror stories like this, Subscribe to Hantra TV, like the video, and tell me in the comments if you heard that scream. Would you really go downstairs?